former light heavyweight world champion and former heavyweight champion of the world, RoyJonesJr.
That knockdown changes the psychology of the fight instantly. But here's what elite fighters understand. One knockdown doesn't win a championship. Watch how Calzaghe adjusts. Instead of chasing revenge, he increases punch volume, targets the body, and forces Jones onto the ropes. This is a textbook example of ring IQ, adapting under pressure rather than panicking.
And reigning, defending, undefeated, light heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Calzaghe.
Okay, gentlemen, we went over the rules of the dressing room. Obey my commands at all times and protect yourself at all times. Touch him up, the bell rings, come out fighting.
Rarely have two fighters a fight. How to find ways to deal with the greater frequency of Calzaghe.
Well, I think Jones's attitude is right in the fight. Right now, Calzaghe is fighting the fight that he wants to fight in the fight. Jones is basically his own combinations on the counter defense.
Jones has always had devastating power.
But he would back off because he knew if he threw a few more punches, he would take him.
38 knockouts in 52 wins.
Counter right hand.
But he also gives up. Calzaghe knows that Jones is quicker in the center of the ring, and down goes Calzaghe. Just as he was down in the first round against Hopkins, he's down in the first round against Jones, and Jones makes his point.
What happens when one of America's most explosive champions collides with Britain's undefeated warrior on the biggest stage in Las Vegas? This isn't just a fight. This is a clash of eras, speed versus volume, power versus pressure. In today's breakdown, we're analyzing the legendary showdown between Roy Jones Jr. and Joe Calzaghe, studying the tactics, momentum shifts, and championship mindset that decided this historic night.
That he can hurt Calzaghe in flurries inside.
But he may not make it out of
more badly hurt than against Hopkins, and fighting rather than trying to get away. With which to begin the fight.
But this is not something that Jones likes to do, so he may end up.
Jones has a confidence builder. The case against Hopkins, Calzaghe has to dig out of a hole. Blood trickling down Calzaghe's nose.
He's probably been down about 4 times in fights, which shows that he does have the ability to come back. And at this stage right now,
has shown the capacity to come back.
To understand
the fight, if Calzaghe can make it go round. And here's what will hurt Jones most if it keeps up. Body shots inside. It's abundantly clear it's a different fight in the sense of his legs under him now and a greater ability to withstand what Jones throws. Jones lands another right hand.
Roy Jones is making Joe Calzaghe look like a washed-up Felix Trinidad. Obvious, I think, Roy's advantages in clean
nose. Jones backing into the ropes and giving Calzaghe a chance to just throw away. Many of the punches blocked.
Don't square up on his left hand. Stay on his right shoulder a little bit more. You go be able to get your hook in. Clear the corner.
How many times have you seen the fighters fight for the fighters? And apropos of what you said, Emmanuel Stewart in the second round by CompuBox numbers, Jones 8 of 34. However, Harold Letterman gave the round to Jones the second half of the fight. Good body shot by Calzaghe.
over the last half round or so.
Calzaghe unfazed. Goes at him with his hand.
Roy's punches are much more flashy and much more powerful. But, you know, unless Calzaghe is not just, he's a big man. You know, it's
showboating in the center of the ring.
You ever thought you'd see that with an opponent against Roy Jones?
And this is what I expected Roy to do, man.
Calzaghe taking Jones's punches much better now.
I mean, Calzaghe is standing in front of Roy Jones with his hands down, showboating and carrying the round.
Calzaghe is trying to portray Jones now that he's not faced by what happened in round one, and Swamp dominated round 3.
Make him pay. Make him pay. He's staying under gun. Now you're going to be able to hit him with some shove. All right.
Here we can see both guys doing pretty much what I expected.
42. Calzaghe 28 out of 85 pounds.
Joe Calzaghe put on a performance.
Nailed it when you said Calzaghe showboating. He has to dig himself out of a hole on the cards, yes, but also psychologically the guy in charge.
Well, actually, he's been outside of the first round. He's won, even though you may not have given it to him. I thought he's won because he's just outworking. Roy is having a problem of trying to time Joe's hand. Joe's hand.
Wrist. No part of the glove actually hit him in the face.
Along the right side of his nose. So things are going well for falling behind in the first and maybe the second round. Tasted Jones's power to such an extent that he won't be shot. He gets hit again with something he doesn't see.
Joe can do this all night.
Calzaghe to slow down.
No.
Kessler waited for it to happen, just kept building the tempo. And now
He's beating Roy in every way at this point here.
good hard right hand by Jones.
With his hands down.
Jones's power, but I think he wants to. This was the basic equation coming into the fight. A fighter who is comfortable with the equation in your favor if you're Jones.
Well, Roy's not been that successful in landing too many clean punches. Even the punches the last round at this stage right now. I can't believe how he's dropping his hands to get away with that with Roy Jones.
Body shots away. Did anything really solid upstairs in a while. Another hard right hand shot by Jones. This round may be on the table with 50 seconds to go. Calzaghe
at this point.
Why would Roy allow someone to stand in front of him with his hands down?
Yep.
Now the round belongs to the Welshman.
Yep. Jones is being physically beaten as well as outpunched.
Hard hand. They're going to fight it down with a flurry at the finish. Jones with one more big counter shot.
But don't be nothing careless. Don't be careless. Good job. Good job, Joe. Are you happy with yourself?
In round 5, Calzaghe, 20 out of 58, puts Jones on the defensive. And Jones looks to counter.
Right, Roy's main punch in this fight has been, he's not just a guy that's walking in flat-footed before you can time him which one.
Right-handed. It doesn't look like it's having a tremendous effect on Joe.
No.
Remember, Calzaghe is to turn the tactical equation in his favor. Takes a big uppercut there.
A beautiful time uppercut right through the defense of Calzaghe.
Has greater power and should win.
Light, strong stuff on the inside. Don't go for the one big shot, okay?
You can see how many punches are thrown way more effectively than they can see what round.
Roy Jones lives one good, two good right hands in the round. But other than that, the activity of winning this fight. I mean, I thought Roy stunned him in round 2, but after that, Joe Calzaghe,
more tactical, more selective here at the beginning of round 7.
The question remains, how great is he?
Joe is starting to get, and Joe Calzaghe is coming straight through with that 1-2.
And
good
so
counter left by Jones, another one.
Roy overcome adversity.
The outcome of this fight is going to be very hard for you.
Calzaghe follows it up with a couple of body shots. He momentarily hurt.
He's hurt. Straight left.
Blood above the left eye, and staring at Jones and watching the blood flow and going back to work.
And all this said,
but I've never saw him knocked out until they got knocked out by Tava.
Calzaghe showboating again. Calzaghe worked it, and finally got
the straight 1-2 that I was saying earlier in the round when I saw that Calzaghe was handing, he landed
the fight, and he went out and made his point one body punch at a time.
He did, applying this kind of pressure. Tarver at the time was not considered this kind of fighter, the kind of fighting heart we like to see in our great champions.
I've ever seen him experience. They did not manage to do anything close to desperation as his feet and hands begin to move faster.
Fights in this third fight, there was a kind of a concession on Roy's part.
He's never been cut, and obviously nothing ever like this.
That straight left hand
had to show.
Still far from over. Depending on how long he can go with that cut.
Calzaghe has taken a little to apply the pressure again. In control. And now the combinations and the hand speed, dodging the left hook, firing away again. Full power and desire.
Even though Calzaghe didn't throw a lot of punches this round, he was placing his
Lock up. I'm going to hit so hard. Don't hit hard.
You okay?
Vernon Jordan out there, but I don't think this fight's going to go much longer.
This is an icon in
Rocky Marciano's nose is hanging off his face. 7th round of the Ezra Charles fight. The ref said you have one more round. Roy is almost 40 years old, facing a younger, fresher
anyone has ever landed against him.
But this is what he can do. As long as he was aggressive going forward, Calzaghe didn't do anything. But
Roy can punch with both hands.
But it's Joe who's doing the punching.
It doesn't seem like there's no one in the corner doing anything for him. Even if they're between rounds, they're trying to go ahead and find someone else, another trainer, and get some coagulants or something.
Tonight and knocked Calzaghe down in the first round. The set in. As in a boxing ring.
Side of the apron, and the cut is on the left-hand side. And I don't know why Orton Bergeson doesn't get out of that ring, running away with the fight. You got to wonder how much longer they're going to let this.
And it doesn't. So the Jones corner believes they're doing all the right things. Bottom line is they have not been effective. It's almost 40 years old. Getting hit with punches he hasn't.
Very, very difficult guy to fight. But there's a lot of guys throw punches.
Well, I don't know. Maybe Calzaghe would have beaten Roy at his best. After all, we just saw him beat him.
This guy, I think, would have been a problem always for him.
Bring it up. Bring
The
it up.
problem is if there's any fighter of the last 10 years who's as cocky and well, he is Welsh.
The fight in the weight class in which Calzaghe accomplished the most, super middleweight. Calzaghe. Well, there's enough blood for this to be the St. Valentine's Day. A bit of a Jake LaMotta here.
A reference to LaMotta versus Sugar Ray Robinson. And the line was, "You never knocked me out, Joe." And he, in fact, walks away. To beat Jones with Hopkins sitting at ringside after having beaten Hopkins with Jones sitting.
Open the wiping inside. Open the lid or wiping inside. The body. Wow, left hook. Left hook the body.
An 11th or a 12th round KO. The crowd rises to its feet to acknowledge who agreed via cell phone text messages. 50 split.
Roy knows the only.
You couldn't really blame ticked off the clock, so to say, this last round. Losing nothing to gain. It is not punching.
This is not one of those from Las Vegas, one of the most respected, who is a top-flight judge and a real expert. So you don't expect Calzaghe to get.
Roy's going to have to do the upending if he hopes to win.
And Calzaghe's walking in with his hands down and giving Roy every chance to land with that kind of blood on his face.
He's got a lot of respect from a lot of fans tonight based on his performance, even though he's
maybe Calzaghe shouldn't showboat quite so much.
The fight. I think it's really did nothing but enhance.
A little bit more respect than to take fight, Joe. You've made your point. Jones takes one last home run swing and counts the ring for both men.
That knockdown changes the psychology of the fight instantly. But here's what elite fighters understand. One knockdown doesn't win a championship. Watch how Calzaghe adjusts. Instead of chasing revenge, he increases punch volume, targets the body, and forces Jones onto the ropes. This is a textbook example of ring IQ, adapting under pressure rather than panicking.
Just could be farewell. As Michael Buffer reads the scores.
To the winner by unanimous decision, Joe